Hello everybody, I'm very sorry it's been a while since I've done any updates. My last video was about the furnace, and speaking of that, I said, or I'd asked if anybody could guess how I got that out of that basement by myself with the stairs the way they were. And I had some guesses. I think one person got it right, so I'll play the answer for that in a little video right now. If you guess I disassembled it and took it apart into pieces and carried it out that way, you're right. So that's how I did it. I disassembled it and took it out of there. It was the easiest way for me to do it. I had some guesses, a hand truck or pull some kind of pulley system. I did think about rigging up some kind of pulley system or something, and I just decided just take out a bunch of screws and carry it out that way. And hand truck, would have been a real problem on those steps the way they are. You don't have room at the bottom of the steps to move around. The steps are only this far from the wall at the bottom step. And of course, the footprint of the furnace was larger than that. So anyway, that's how I did that. Congratulations to everybody who guessed right. So, like I said, I can't give you anything, but at least you know you figured it out. Now, the addition to the room, I want to do some updates on that. Ann sent me updates all the time, so I'll share some of those with you, or all of them that I've found so far. Well, in essence, the room is pretty much finished. The only thing left to do now is the painting on it, and they're in the process of that. So I'll show you the videos of how it went day by day. I mean, some days it might have been 2 videos. There might have been a day that skipped the video, or days they didn't work. So I kind of lost track of what days, how many days it was. But when I get back to the Philippines, I'll do a video and do the full cost of everything. So with that, let's get into what Ann sent me. So on the first day that I was back in the United States, she sent me the first update. You can't see real well through the screen, but they were starting to tile the floor and doing finishing on the walls. You know, putting the concrete skim on top of the hollow block on the inside. So the next update, they did the finishing in the room. Looks like they've got all of that done. All they had was a little bit on that one post, I believe it was. And this might have been the same day because they hadn't done a lot more on the floor yet. So that post there is one that didn't finish yet. They actually did finish it, I mean, just not that day. The next update was the floor finishing mostly, I think mostly the floor in this one. It's hard to remember exactly what days they were at what times. This might have been all on the first and second day. I can't remember exactly for sure. And this was the next day after that, I'm sure, is one. This is a whole day's work. They started finishing on the outside. They had finished the floor, tiling in there. They had finished all the finishing on the inside, so they had started working on the outside for the finishing. I do believe she does show the floor in here, yeah. So shows it all done, the finishing all done inside. So all set to go there. So the next one is they were still doing finishing, getting it smoothed up, I guess, or putting finishing on the side. They had done the front, they were getting down that side now and that post on the corner. So working their way around the building or around the house. So this is at the back. They're starting finishing in the back. I think that was a different day. No, this is the front because they're at the porch railing there. I guess they're finishing up the finishing on the front there. So I might have had those 2 videos mixed up because in the last video it looked like they had already done that. So this is probably part of the video from before, the one I just showed you, because the front is finished. They're doing the side and the corner there, getting that taken care of. And this is, they had gotten finishing finished on the outside. And you look at the bottom row there. Well, they haven't done the back yet in this one, but they had put the log design on the wall along the bottom there, like he did on the porch. So she gives me a good view along here, what they've done down through there. This is what I was telling you about. He's pretty cool at that. That is, you know, when he did it on the porch, that was something I never expected to see him do. And I didn't expect him to do it here either, but he made it match the porch pretty good. So I believe they got the outside all finished on the finishing and everything. And they had started skim coating on the inside. So they've gotten most of the skim coating done that day, or at that point showing in this video. Just that couple of little areas they had left to do there. So I think they're starting to do something at the top here with the ladder there. I think this is more showing the skim coat around. Maybe extension of the video I just seen. It's been so long. Or maybe this is the day they got the back. She'll find out in just a second. Yeah, they got the skim coat done in the back in this one. So, or not the skim coat, the finishing, as they call it. Got the concrete all on the back wall. And in this video, they have the skim coat on the outside. They got all that taken care of. It made it look really pretty nice there. And I think, I don't know in this one if they had done all the way around yet or not. But they got that all taken care of there. This is update number 12. She's showing the inside of the room. They've got the windows in. They've taken out the window here and moved it to the outside walls, and the other glass came in, and so they got all the windows put in, I do believe, on this one. That front one doesn't look like there's a window there because it's not a sliding window. It's just a fixed window. So everything it really looks like a room now. So update number 13. They have the logs at the bottom, the design at the bottom painted and everything. So they've got that done. The skim coat in the back, they've gotten painted all the way around with that. Got that all set up. And on this one, update number 14, I think this was, she sent me like 21 updates so far. They've started the railing on the top. They're getting that welded in and mounted at the top for the terrace on up there. So they've got, I think they used 2x2 and 1x1, just like they did on the porch. Different design, but that's what they're doing there. Update number 15, there's got most of the railing in, and they're starting the stairs up to the top. Now I did have an issue here with the steps, which I'll talk about here in a second. You see they're still working at the top at the side, but he's putting the steps in, and like a platform that'll actually have a gate on it and railing to go up. So he's putting red oxide on that. Now he's welding the steps in, and I don't know if this is before or after I had a little complaint about how far the steps were apart. You can see it's up to his knee. So that's quite a step. You can see in this one that he's got the building the platform there. He's got that started. I don't know if this is before or after I complained about the steps. It's hard to tell in this. Okay, this is, he's got the railing, putting the railing on, going on the platform and going up the steps. And I believe this is after he straightened out the complaint I had with the steps here, I'm pretty sure. And I'll tell you about that real quick. He had the steps so far apart that to me it was just too steep of a step that way. Not steepness, but just too far of a reach when you step up. So, you know, she sent me the video and I seen it, you know, it was way up to his knee. I mean, and I haven't said, how far are those apart? And they measured them. They said something like 14 inches. And I said, that's way too much. They can't be that far apart. And they came back with the complaint that when Robert, the other carpenter, put the hole in the top for the steps to go up, that it needed to be longer and he had made it too short, which I realized that. I did the measurements myself and it should have been 9 feet and he made it 6 feet. And they said that when you go up, if you know, stretched them out too far, you'd bang your head on the beam going up, which I understand that as well. But I think they could have swept it out a little bit more, which I just said, just leave it like it is, but just, you know, lower those steps a little bit, put them a little bit closer together. So they went back and put them, you know, 12 inches apart, which, you know, it's still a little bit, but I've seen worse. In the Philippines, I've seen a lot worse. I've went up and down steps there that one step might be 6 inches and the next step down might be 12 inches. In commercial buildings, I've seen them like that there. So they did that, and I told Ann, I said, we'll just have to live with it like it is, and if it gets to be too much of a hassle, I'll do something different. I'll cover that hole and put different steps in or something. Now in this video, she shows he's painting the railing for the steps up there and the platform. And I think she's also showing that the gate I built is put in, and I believe it's painted. Number 20 here. This is just Ann showing me where she, you know, everything's cleaned up. She went through and made her a little fence there and cleaned up around the building. Looks really nice. She did. Excuse me. She did a really nice job on this. I was really impressed. She got out there and worked her butt off on this, made it look so much better. You know, it's still got the pile of stuff back here, look like. No, she cleaned most of that up too. So she really did a good job. Okay, and this one, everything is pretty much done except for painting. They're putting a primer on the steel decking at the top here. That's what they're doing. They had to go through with 2 coats. We had to hire somebody to come in and do that for us because carpenter went somewhere else to work. So in this one, looks like they got the primer on. Looking around the room here, and I think they had to buy more primer. She was showing me I think they needed more primer to do a second coat. So that's the updates I've got. There were 22 of them. There's one more video I was not able to get over to the computer, and that's where she showed me that they do have the walls painted white now. I think she needed to get more paint for a second coat of that. Or I know she needed to get more paint for the white on the ceiling because they do have most of that done, but they ran out of paint. So she's getting more paint for that today or tomorrow. She had to go to town to get some stuff taken care of. So by the time I get back, everything should be done. I mean, they're really close to being done with the painting. That should be finished, no problem. I'm sorry I keep looking down a little bit. It's something distracting me and I'm looking down there. But anyway, painting's almost done, and maybe some grout. I don't know if we're going to use grout there yet or not, how that's going to go yet, because I want all the grout done in the whole house and the inside of the house painted too. So when I get back, that room will be, for all intents and purposes, be done. As soon as the painting's done, that's pretty much it. Except for grout, which can wait a little if it needs to or whatever. But when I do get back, I'll do a total cost on what we've spent on the room, the house, the dirty kitchen, the garage or carport, whichever one you want to call it. And I'll give a total cost on everything we got into the house and everything there. I'm guessing somewhere right now, probably around 30,000. I don't know. I don't think it's that high yet, but just a wild guess. I don't have receipts here, and Ann has a pile of them there at the house, and I said just keep them, till we get back, and we'll calculate everything and figure out what it is. So when I do that, I'll make a video of that, and I'll give a proper tour of the room with it all set up and different camera angles, so you can get a real feel for it. So anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye, y'all.